this is Chaplain Karen Moore here to bring you another episode of Mind, Body, and Soul. When you approach a conversation, whether that is with your superior, your subordinate, your spouse, or your child, how you approach that conversation makes the world of difference. So our small step that brings mighty change is the act of goodwill. Now, our tendency naturally tends to be on the defensive when people have conversations with us. We start with a thought that is negative. That person's out to get me. I have distrust for them because somebody's broken my sense of trust, and that topic is actually triggering something inside of me. Or maybe even my pride in making sure that I win is more important. And so I think negatively. And oftentimes, if we really care to admit it, we think the worst case scenario in the situation. Now that stops a conversation dead in its tracks. So instead, let's invoke the act of goodwill. That means that we're going to put a positive spin, a positive thought onto the person who is approaching us with the conversation. When we think positively, we are activating our listening skills and we are building trust because we have these good thoughts. So here's an example. A soldier comes to you. Now this soldier is approaching you, seems disheveled and very frustrated. The soldier has been known to have family issues and has actually been dubbed as the problem child. What are you going to do? Well, in the act of goodwill, what you're going to do is think the positive thoughts. This soldier is showing personal courage in approaching a situation that they have struggled with, and they're approaching me, which means that they trust me with their situation, with their problem. And so how can I continue to build this trust so that this soldier can succeed in conquering something that is difficult for them? And when they have that together, we can build a better family and a better unit, and we have that camaraderie. That's the act of goodwill. Remember, what we think fuels our feelings that affects our behaviors. So having that act of goodwill changes everything. We are initially changing the can't into the can. The best part about the act of goodwill is it not only makes a mighty change in you, it makes a mighty change because you're modeling and being that example so that thoughts are positive, the feelings are made known that I have compassion and I want to help, and then the behavior changes, and soldiers notice that. Children notice that, and your spouse will notice that. The act of goodwill, making small steps to make mighty change. This is Chaplain Karen Moore, here to bring you another episode of Mind, Body, Soul. Caring more about you. Have a blessed day.